everybody, welcome to the limited edition version of episode 92 of the Toys for Games podcast. We are recording this on a Tuesday evening, October 11th, 2016. I am one of your hosts, Josh Brown. I am joined by the man who is quick to mute anybody who threatens not to read his articles, Jason Greer.
The hot finger. How are you doing tonight, Josh?
I am doing fantastic. And you know why, Jason?
Why is that?
Because this is not just a two-man show tonight. Oh, no, it's not, sir. We brought in another expert. We flew him in. This is what?
I'll say this is new to me. News to me.
Yeah. Well, you know, I like to surprise you sometimes. Sometimes we have scheduled interviews that we need to prepare for. Other times, I just fly somebody in, and I'm like, hey, you're going to be on the show because we need you. Of course, to help us celebrate the release of Skylanders Imaginators on Sunday, we have brought in the world-renowned #1 expert on all things Skylanders, unless we're talking about Jason Greer, which we're not, because we're talking about Matt Sonnenberg.
That you are. That's the second night in a row you've referred to me as world renowned.
Well, you know, I feel like you're building your brand strongly, Matt, and it is clear from the people that interact with you, you're not just a national treasure. Oh no, you are.
Oh no,
you are internationally respected, feared by some, loved by all. I mean, I don't know how else to put it here, Matt. I mean, you are a worldwide sensation.
All right. If you say so.
Anyway, you're going to be joining us. What's that?
I will say, too, just as the update of the week, mute list currently stands at 72 accounts, apparently.
Wow. That's impressive. I did not think it would be that high.
Oh, I'm not surprised by that one bit.
Sure.
I'm not surprised either.
You get 2 strikes and then you're gone. So
how long does it take for you to wipe out one of those strikes? Because I feel like I have way more than 2 strikes.
If I remember who you are, you know, then that still keeps it. So
sure. Okay. Fair enough. Well, Matt, you know, you're joining us specifically for the main show that we're going to be doing. We're going to have a full launch preview of Skylanders. We brought you on to help make sense of it all. And, you know, it's been a while since you've been on the show. We like talking to you.
It's true. I'll do what I can.
Yeah. But as far as this show goes, we don't need you. So,
all right.
We'll catch you on the next. For people that don't know, the limited edition, this is just a quick down and dirty version of the news that we're going to be talking about on the full podcast. The quick hit, if you will. We'll let you go over the quick news items for Skylanders, Matt. But before we get to that, I want to say thank you to our executive producer, Torres, who sponsors us over on Patreon, patreon.com/toysforgames. Always nice getting random text messages from Torres throughout the week. I do appreciate it. He's very funny, though, with his phone. I'm sure he's a busy guy, but sometimes I feel like he starts a conversation and then just, like, disappears. He's like, I'm out. Like, I said what I needed to say. I don't, you know, I will read your response, but that's all that needs to happen here.
He's got to go back in hiding. So.
Probably, yeah. He's a busy guy, though, understandably. Also, big thank you to our show sponsor, Devin Lachinsky. You can find him over his YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/DLASCH2. That's the number 2. Matt, since you're here, since you're awaiting something to do, I see you over there twiddling your thumbs, bored as all get up. Let's go into Skylanders real quick, and I'll let you cover the quick hit items that people need to know. But, you know, if they want more in-depth coverage, they should tune in to the full podcast.
Well, you see, I'm a little bit at a disadvantage here because Your week between shows is different than my week between reports, and so I can never remember how much you actually covered. So I'm not sure where you left off.
I'm hearing a lot of excuses here, Matt.
Yep.
Basically,
I'm gonna give you all my excuses right now.
I kind of threw it into the bus because I just now realized I didn't even share the show notes with you.
Yep.
You have no idea what's going on.
Not
I
at
got
all.
this.
Okay, Jason, let's do it. Me and Matt will sit back.
All right. Yeah, one of the big things that happened this week is we finally saw our first chase variant come out, and as of course of Starcast, which was called on this very podcast last week.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a clear Starcast. Spotted in a Walmart store. So looking pretty cool. It was kind of interesting because I couldn't really tell if it was clear or frosted blue or what it was because of the colored backgrounds we have now on these boxes and stuff. But either way, it looks pretty awesome. So keep your eyes out on that when you go shopping on Sunday or next week. In addition to that, some big news that happened right here before we start recording. The Skylander Creator app unexpectedly launched because Skylanders can't even listen to their own release dates. So it is out and available now. So it's available on Android and iOS. So be sure to go check your local app stores. You can head to SkylandersAcquirer.com. Got the links there ready to go for you. Be sure to download that. Key thing to remember with that, remember you can transfer Imaginator creations from the console to the app, but you cannot transfer from the app to the game. So basically you're locked what you have unlocked in there. But still worth doing the daily things in there and whatever the random times that they have to get the boxes and all that kind of fun jazz. But be sure to go take a look and get ready to order those figures.
Yeah, buddy. It's nice to know, like, kind of what you're looking for as far as chase variants are concerned, like, on day one.
Sure.
Because I feel like that's probably the best chance to get them, you know?
That's what it always feels like.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true at all, but that's just what it feels like.
Just
you would think so. But...
Yeah, the stock is the most plentiful at that point. So
yeah, you get the biggest influx of figures at once. Plus, typically no one knows what to look for, so they have to open every box to figure it out.
Yeah.
So see, but again, launch day on Sunday, here in the United States. So excited stuff going on there. No word yet officially from Toys R Us either ways, but looking very unlikely that there's gonna be a midnight release, which is a bummer for a lot of people. But so be sure to still head out there, see your store. Some stores might still be opening early, but again, that'll be up to your local store. But take a look out there. No crazy deals so far. Best Buy is the only one still left standing, as far as not having their ad out yet. Actually, let me double check, make sure it hasn't leaked yet. But
your guys' recommendation, or would employees and managers know at this point if Toys R Us is going to open early? Like, would it be wise of people to start asking now, or is it something that gets decided later?
No, they have to have the people staffed.
Okay. So
they would have known a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I can tell you right now that they actually just got a big notice from corporate that they're apparently not doing midnight openings, and it doesn't even look like most stores are going to be opening early for it.
Okay, but it could be a store-by-store basis.
Yeah, I've been told that corporate dictates hours.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
I take it for what you will.
Sure. Sounds good. Yeah, like I said in the full episode that we're going to be recording here, we're going to have a full breakdown of what to expect on launch day this coming Sunday. That's why Matt is here, other than because we like him. We like hanging out with him. We like talking to him. And Matt's super excited to talk about some Disney Infinity news from what I hear. So, right, Matt?
You know it.
Moving on, Lego Dimensions. What do we got going on, Jason?
The big news this week just happened today, actually, for people over in the UK. Finally, you have a chance to get Green Arrow in for free without having to purchase anything. It also is the most complicated way, but also the most fun way. I agree. I kind of am jealous of this. But it's at Brick Live, happening. The date on that is actually, I forget what date it was. Sometime soon. But let me pull it up here real quick. I think it says on their homepage somewhere.
It's almost like we're prepared for this show.
Brick Live, 27th through 30th. There we go.
Of October.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they have these cards which they are giving out like the Spanish store, and I think maybe even some of the UK stores, maybe. But we didn't really know what these were. I thought maybe they originally were going to be some kind of new add-on for the Series 2 packs, or Season 2 packs. But anyways, you get a pack of trading cards. There are 8 per pack by doing various activities, like playing the LEGO Dimensions demo, which you can do as many times as you want, sitting and watching the LEGO Dimensions presentation, which happens at 2 p.m. I don't know if that's just one of those days, but then LEGO Dimensions poster signed by LEGO Dimensions stand at TT Games, which happens at 3 p.m. every day. Or if you can find a LEGO Dimensions costume character, I guess they're handing them out if you get your picture taken with them as well. So eventually you have to get all 20 cards, I think.
20,
yeah,
yep.
20. Which are based off of Season 1 and Season 2. There's a couple of Season 1 characters in there as well. But get all the trading cards, hand them in to, you get to keep the cards, but show them to the TT Games booth, and then you get your green arrow. So pretty fun way, again, if you're going to be there for a couple of days. If you're trying to do it in one day, get ready to probably just do the demo over and over and over again. Because they do mark the cards, so you can't get like one set and hand them to your friend and let them go. But pretty cool nonetheless. Again, if you're heading at the convention, cool thing to do while you're there.
Yeah. I want those cards, man.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was like, I love the last thing, which I understand why they say, but they say like, they hold no retail value. I'm like,
yeah.
But do they though?
Define retail value.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I guess you did you want to speak specifically about the hiring thing, or for some reason you put it in there?
Oh, I just noticed that Arthur Parsons put out a tweet saying that they were hiring for a script editor for TT Games, not directly related to LEGO Dimensions per se, but you know, it's cool when you see like these companies like go to social media about job openings, you know.
Sure.
So like the general audience, you know, who may or may not be even qualified for it can at least see that they're looking for people outside of like the inner circle that normally work on video games for that kind of stuff. So
Sure.
yeah, that's why I threw it in there.
Yeah, a bunch of job openings there at TT Games too, if you want to ever check those out.
Yeah. Then on the full show, we'll do kind of a breakdown of how Wave 6 is going for us specifically, and kind of what, you know, the feedback that we've gotten from the audience. I'm curious to see what Matt thinks of it. You know, Jason and I, we've talked on it last week, so kind of curious to see Matt's feelings and impressions on Wave 6 and the second season of LEGO Dimensions. So be ready, Matt.
Will do.
Moving on to Amiibo. We got some little tidbits of Amiibo news over here. What's going on, Jason?
Yeah, so a couple of things happening in Amiibo again. Palutena is coming back exclusively to Toys R Us on October 27th. Again, available for pre-order online. Don't think they're doing in-store pre-orders, but it's available if you want to pre-order online. Obviously, it'll be coming there as well. And then all the other remaining restocks we already heard about showed up there as well, including Gold Mario on the Toys R Us website if you're looking to pick those up. Yep. And then, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, yep.
But in addition to that, Japanese video came out for, I guess it was it Color Splash?
No, the new Mario Party game for the 3DS.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
3DS. The soup cam of a game. But yeah, so showing a teaser there, and in one of the images they showed, which we saw originally to have the other Super Mario Brothers, when the game first came out, they had their little figure pieces for the game, and we thought that might hint towards new Amiibo, and everybody's like, oh, I guess maybe not. But then after a year and a half, it turned out it was basically true.
Actually was
so
true.
There's a Bowser Jr. on there, so read into it what you may. Whether that means a Bowser Jr. new Amiibo could be coming. But I would highly doubt it unless they do a bunch of them. But you never know. You never know.
With Nintendo, you definitely never know.
Anything's possible.
Also, I'm going to tease. This is, from my perspective, very minor, very unnecessary story. However, within the amiibo community. I know a lot of people are still inbox collectors, and certain things are triggers for people collecting inbox. And I will say that I, as well as Jason number 2, are working on a little bit of a story that will either happen or not happen tomorrow. If it happens, then people are going to be very interested that are new inbox collectors. If it doesn't happen, then false alarm. Don't worry about it. Everything's kosher. You don't need to stress too much, you inbox collectors out there. But stay tuned to Nintendo Wire and Amiibo news once I get some clarification from some sources on some things that could change how you see an upcoming restock. I will say that. Only if you're an inbox collector. If you're an out-of-box collector, this means nothing to you. I promise you it will mean nothing. It will be the silliest thing ever. But if you care about what your boxes look like, it's going to get interesting. That's all I can say. Wrapping up here, last week we had the team from Lightseekers on. It was a fantastic interview. We loved talking to them. I feel like we just didn't have enough time to cover everything I possibly wanted to talk about with Lightseekers. But, it was late for them. We, value their time, and, we respect the fact that they spent almost an hour with us as it was. But it was a lot of fun talking to them. The day afterwards, they did officially launch their Kickstarter as planned. So far, they have 23 days left to go on the Kickstarter, and they are just about halfway there of their goal of 200,000.
Almost, they're so close.
Yeah, so they're kicking butt. 900 and something backers already. So they're doing good with Kickstarter, from what I've seen. Like right out the gate. And then right at the end, like the last couple days, are when you see like the biggest influx of people supporting it. So it may feel like it's going to be like quiet on their Kickstarter page for the next couple weeks. I'm sure that's super stressful as somebody who's like relying on the Kickstarter. But if they've gotten already halfway there in just 7 days, then
yeah,
I feel pretty good for them. So
yeah, and but they, one thing to point out real quick on this, I know there's a limited edition, but did want to say a lot of people are somewhat hesitant on this because they don't invest in Kickstarters because, they don't know when's going to come to fruition, blah, 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 blah. I mean, obviously this is a production timeline, so obviously things could change, but the thing that we want to stress before, pretty much it's all done already. I mean, there's still stuff they're changing, but a large portion of it's done. It's not like they're asking for money to go now do something. I mean, if you get into the early level, the physical beta is starting in December. Mm-hmm. So I think as well as the digital beta, January 2017, they're actually going to launch the free-to-play game, and then in March they're going to have the full line of everything else. So right. I mean, we're not far away at all. Yeah. You're basically just I was talking over this Vince, and this is him and I's opinion on it, not putting words in their mouth or anything like that. I think this just helps them know what the demand is currently. Get some cash flow going. Yep. Get some stuff in hand, stuff like that. So I don't view it as a pure Kickstarter as like some other stuff. This is almost like a GoFundMe, I guess you could almost even say. Sure. As far as like it's you're just helping fund the project even though it's already there. It just helps a little bit on the back end.
It almost feels like you're with this Kickstarter, you're kind of funding step 2 of the sure. of this universe that they're creating, instead of them waiting to start selling stuff once the game launches and once the figure launches and the cards and everything else. Instead of waiting for that and the revenue from that to kick in, and then you could put that and start applying it to phase 2, they're trying to get a jump on that. So then once this sucker launches, they're already starting to push it to where they want to go immediately, instead of having to wait for the initial launch to settle down. So sounds good. I hope all you guys are at least interested in kickstarting it, supporting them in some way. Like, you don't have to go for one of the higher tier packages. Like, even $1 or $2 definitely helps them. You know, when people see that they have X number of backers on their site, like, it makes other people that are interested or considering contributing a little bit more confident in the product. So regardless of how much you decide that you want to, you know, give to them, every little bit helps for sure. So we're confident in it. You know, we're still covering it on a weekly basis. We plan on doing so until you know, we're proven to be wrong on this, which I don't think is going to happen. So, you know, we feel good about it. And, you know, if you guys do too, definitely consider checking them out. With that being said, we are going to have a full show. It's going to be jam-packed full of stuff. News, analysis, banter, more Matt talking, I promise. He's over there creeping on us in the corner, silently listening to us talk about him. It's a little weird.
Stop looking this way, Matt. Creeper.
Creeper's gonna creep.
We told you to put your head down on the desk until we called your name. So no, the full episode is going to be a lot of fun. I hyped it up a little bit on Twitter, but the email section is definitely worth listening to. I don't even know what you guys are going to say as far as answers are concerned, but just the questions, top notch this week. So stay tuned for that. Matt, in case people don't listen to the full show and have no idea who you are or why you're talking to us, why don't you give a little rundown of where people can find you at on the internet?
The easiest place to find me is going to be Twitter. If you want to follow my Skylanders accounts, at SCLMatt. If you want to follow me personally, it's at As a Matter of Matt. If you're interested in just finding everything that I'm up to, just head over to sclmatt.com. and it'll all be there for you.
Fantastic. Look forward to full discussion in just a few minutes. Jason, where can people find you at, my friend?
You can always follow me personally on Twitter, twitter.com/JasonInquires. And of course, all the Toys Life centric accounts of Break Inquirer, Skylanders Inquirer, and Lightseekers Inquirer as well.
Fantastic. You can follow me personally on Twitter at The Noise with a Y. Follow the show at Toys for Games. You could email us like so many of you did this week. It's going to be so good. Podcast at toysforgames.com. Check out our Facebook group, which Ken, he is recovering quite well from what I have heard on Facebook. He's over there holding it down, keeping that group active, keeping it fun. Facebook.com/groups/toysforgames. Website, of course, is toysforgames.com. And if you'd like to support us and what we do here, you could do so over at patreon.com/toysforgames. That being said, if you're sticking around for the full episode, it's going to be a lot of fun. If you're only here for the limited edition, we will catch you next week. But until then, happy hunting, collectors.